That is very rare. It doesn't exist anymore. Literally, the WB doesn't exist anymore. My experiences at Fox have not been successful, and ultimately it is just because there is a certain kind of incompatibility that is very easy to miss. Because I like genre stuff, that's what they wanted. You say the word sexy, sex, they think that's sexy, but can you not mention sex? It's just, I clearly have more of a cable mentality than I realized. And I've been away from television for a while, and I didn't know that. I didn't know how much things had changed. I didn't look at Janet Jackson's nipple, and I didn't know how much trouble it caused. So what I learned was know your audience, and your first audience are the people who are paying you to make the thing. Which is why right now, I'm at Marvel. I'm extremely happy. I'm working with Kevin Feige, and it's a very different experience. This is, Kevin and Jeremy, the two people I work with, the executives, that they're the studio. They're the producers. It's the same entity, and they know what they want. And up front, they're very clear when they don't get it. They know what they want, and that's a great experience. The other one is doing stuff, on the internet, the smaller stuff where I'm the boss, but I have to call my friend to see if he has any outfits. And both of those are great for different reasons. Television, I love serialized storytelling, but I didn't quite think that one through.
You love serialized storytelling. Is there still a market right now for intensely serialized stories? I mean, Lost is over now, unfortunately. And it seems that as it kind of went out, there seems to be that the TV landscape kind of turned against intensely serialized stories. And do you sense that TV networks are not interested in that kind of format right now?
I think typically they're not. They want shows that can repeat. They want shows, the studios want shows that will syndicate and serialized shows. I'm just personally naturally interested in non-serialized shows. I enjoy the investment in and the anticipation in the characters and what's going to happen and what conditions are really going on. And to me, that's the thing that always grabs you. And I think they want it too. They just don't know it. When they talk about stories imply time. Stories imply inevitability and some kind of progress. And so I think that the trick is, and I know that the showrunners on Fringe have been working really hard to kind of maintain an ongoing story as well as keeping every episode feeling as much as a self-contained thing as possible. But I'm personally drawn to that. This new show that we're doing on NBC, Undercovers, is a show that is much more self-contained, but it naturally will have and has just, as we've been working on the episodes, developed a story that is being told over time. You don't need to watch 1 through 5 to get what's happening in 6. But to me, that's the story that, whatever it is, I'm naturally drawn to that kind of story.
Joss, did you want to take that question at all?
I think the networks will never, ever ask for that. They will never admit that people want that, because they do see the easy cash cow of the Mentalist. Let's all make the Mentalist. And when Lost first hit and was just blowing up huge and everybody was loving it, we were all so into it, they were still like, we don't want that. That successful Emmy-winning thing? No, we don't want that. I mean, they would speak against serialized storytelling while it was the only thing people were watching on television, because they're thinking bottom line. It's very weird, because ultimately the serial is always going to be the thing people remember. What do they remember about Cheers? Sam and Diane, not a great joke from Cheers. They remember that. And so I like both. I like to have some sort of resolve, so I don't feel like I just, I'm still angry about The Empire Strikes Back, okay? That movie doesn't have an ending. That's not okay with me. So, I like to split the diff, but the progression is what it's all about. Well, it doesn't. He's frozen in carbonite.
Before we open it up to questions, I'd love to know what's inspiring you guys right now. We talk a lot about your influences. We talk a lot about your relationship to your past. But right now, who's doing things that are inspiring you visually? Who's doing things that's inspiring you in storytelling?
I love Edgar Wright. I just saw Scott Pilgrim.
Yes.
Scott Pilgrim is awesome. awesome, and I loved it. And you know, I mean, there are a lot of different people who are doing stuff. You know, Chris Ware, who's an amazing comic artist. So I can't. The stuff he does with time and kind of stopping time and taking you on these tangents. I mean, there's certain people who just blow my mind. You know, but usually I just feel like there are a lot of people. I mean, I could go on a huge list, but I'd be even more boring, sir.
I'm just gonna say, you know, making the Avengers, that's cool. So I must be awesome. But I'm also watching a lot of stuff, you know, just sort of looking for moods and things. You know, you end up watching a lot of films. And I will say, not inspiring, but I have had actual moments of sheer fucking panic because I love Star Trek so much. I just keep watching it and going, no, I'm sorry, you have to hear this. The time the children knew. I honestly watch it and I go, this is the gold standard for a teen movie, for a summer movie, for any movie that has come out in the last couple of years. And it makes me throw up with fear. So I have to stop watching it.
Okay, we have some questions.
It was true.
JJ, Joss, welcome. It's good to see you here again. My question is, as directors, people who are involved in the entertainment field, how important it is to you to be here and have this fan interaction with what you do in future projects? How does that affect what you do?
Well, you got a pitch?
You know, what did you call him? Literally, I thought I heard something else.
We're here all week. Apart from the fact that it's very nice to find out that people actually still care about the stories you're telling, it's just a little bit of an unreality check. It's a little bit of sort of reminding myself of that bizarre world that I come from. And you do get a sense of what people are responding to and what they're not when they say things like, I hated that thing or that character, and then you sort of, and everybody claps and then you drink and cry alone in the minibar. But mostly it's good. It's totally good. And it's like just returning to ground zero, to home base.
I was very excited and honored when Entertainment Weekly asked us to come to do this. I was excited just to hear Joss and to come and be here, but I'd be here anyway. I love it here. It feels like, you know, the place that you want to go because you see like-minded people, you know, doing things that they love, and genre is my favorite thing. So to be at this place, it's a logical question, but the truth is, I just love being here because I love the stuff here. The people here are, you know, great and spirited and passionate. So it feels like, you know, an odd second home.
All right.
Hi, my name is Ben Hampikian, and I'm a young filmmaker and writer. So I was wondering which do you like to do better, TV shows or movies, and what unique element do you bring to each?
This is the last one. What was the last question?
Did you ask, do they prefer film or television, and what unique quality do they bring to each?
Yes, that is.
Yeah. Let's start with film or television. Like in terms of storytelling, I mean, like you guys are definitely known for long form storytelling. Does that come more naturally to you, or?
I don't think there's a better. I think it's apples and oranges. What you can do in a movie, what you can accomplish, is so extraordinary and so fulfilling, and you get to be done, which, believe me, is a huge relief. But being able to tell a story over, say, 7 years, or even just 15 episodes, 11 of which they are out of order, is so fulfilling.